Hello, Targar friends. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. And let me get through the quick intro because this was a hard workout that started off bad and then turned good. Quick reminder for those of you who enjoy these videos, please remember to click like down below. Keep the likes higher than the dislikes. It would be greatly appreciated. This one's a little short. I went with this ultra aggressive speed wave. This is the most aggressive dynamic wave that Westside has for speed boxes, and this was the final week, the hardest week. I could not complete it. I threw up. I threw up brown rice in my bathroom right after the third set. You guys are watching me struggle with this, and for those who don't grasp the math, it's pretty much 480 pounds for the top half. Okay, and I struggled to get enough speed. I mean, it's the eccentric on the bands and the weight pulling down, and me just gasping, like feeling like I was going to puke after every set. In the third set, I threw up. I'm going to have to build to this. I'm going to have to build to this. Woo! That's what more can I say. Also, I did notice my shoulder, people didn't ask yesterday. My shoulder was feeling great yesterday. However, I feel like I overworked to the novel training response. My delts with the new laterals using the kettlebells. I have really serious DOMs in my side delts. And as soon as I started moving around and training and loading stuff, I started getting a lot of cramping and irritation through my right trap, which again got hit with all that. And keep in mind, guys, I hit a really big deadlift PR this week. My right trap, the whole thing started hurting, and I'm talking the top, the insertion point all the way at the delt, the lower insertion, the whole thing. And I'm just like, I tried to see if I could do any speed pulls, and I went to warm up with just like 155 before bands, and it started cramping. And I'm like, okay, that's it. My traps are done for the week. I'm going to leave my upper body alone this weekend. I'm going to do a bunch of maybe just soft tissue. I've already, in between sets here and stuff, I started digging like my electric massager into that mid trap, right where it's cramping also, and it really helped. Like I've noticed it's like 90% gone. But this is the point, guys. This training can be really rough. This is a hard way to train. It's fun, but it's hard. You've got to listen to your body. So I looked at all of it and said, okay, my upper body, my traps and shoulders are just, they're shot. It's like I finally seem to have largely gotten that shoulder from all the pressing sorted. And then again, I'm starting to, things are shifting over, and it's because I'm doing the inverted rows. Hit a deadlift PR that, again, a little bit of that lotus shift, so there's a little bit of inflammation and cramping in the trapezius now. So I've just got to work all that tissue, keep everything healthy, and listen to my body. I mean, I'm pushing big weights, guys, and I'm not in my 30s anymore. So I've got to be careful. But, here's the thing. I looked at it and said, what can we do with the rest of the day? I'm like, my whole lower body feels good. My back is great. Let me see if we can get some heavy straight work on these good mornings. So I loaded up 355 and got 4 sets of 6. Now, were they fatiguing? Hell yes, they were. They were challenging. And again, I felt that low back fatigue, not pain, not inflammation, that deep burn. Like my erectors are just like, wow, we got worked. Erectors and glutes, like, and I felt it all through the erectors. Low back, mid back erectors, everything. They're just like, oh man, we did some work. But that's good because next week is a good morning PR. So this is pretty good because this shows me what I can do for work sets now with no change, just straight weight. 355 for sets of 6 from where we were. Okay. We're definitely getting a good morning PR. Doesn't matter what good morning I have come up next week. It's going to be a PR. Right? And we keep the low back strong using the reverse hypers. So, again, happy with it. Happy with this. I mean, this was good. especially after just that fatigue. But the other thing, people will be like, did you get training stimulus from the other? I did 3 sets of 5 already on that. That's 15 speed reps. I got a training response. I just couldn't finish. Keeping in mind, that's the heaviest loading I've ever used for speed squats in my life. I mean, when we start getting past 450 on the top half against those bands, it's like, man. And it wouldn't even be so bad if it was doubles. It's the 5s. Like I said, I threw up part of my pre-workout meal. I went and picked it up. And that probably contributed to some of the cramping in the trap. And it was just that nausea. To the guys who finished that, though, who were running those waves with that sort of band tension, nothing but respect. I'm going to have to build to it. Like, I'm going to have to go back and just run maybe the first week of the wave for a while and see what we can do. But, man, I mean, I feel it, though. I mean, the training response is good. Like, I know I've got a squat PR coming up big time. Like, I feel the squat strength. And I feel like all the sled drag and stuff are helping, too. But also, I think on top of it, I think all of that and then that deadlift PR this week, I think it hit me. Because the next day after I did my conditioning work, I had to go back to bed for an hour. And I passed back out most of the morning before dealing with clients and Skypes and all that. So that deadlift PR, I think hit me pretty hard this week too. And it felt good when I did it, and the training session felt good. It's later. It's that next day. So again, we manage the fatigue. We manage that fatigue. But then, I had to do that today, and I kind of babied the trap and everything. I'm like, well, we can do all this other stuff. And I got some really good mornings in. Right? I'm really happy with that. Like, to be getting sets of 6 with 355 now, 500 plus good morning is going to happen, and we're going to get there. Then we did glute ham raise. I'm like, well, if I'm not going to do the other stuff, my hamstring should be okay. But man, that heavy band, these were challenging too. So it's like I felt that deep burn in the erectors. Then we did these, and again, that lower insertion in the hamstrings. That's the difference with these. It's like I feel the upper hamstring more when I do stuff like the good mornings. It's that lower insertion point down at the knee on the outside, the lateral side, right? That, when I do these banded glute ham raises. And again, I need that. I need to make sure I don't pull that deadlifting later. So again, valuable here. But we've discussed all this. We know the posterior chain is going to be my key for all my lifts now, my big lifts on the lower body. People say, why, what about quads? I do the speed work and I do the sleds and everything. Sled dragging, I feel like it's making my quads grow. Like, they feel fuller. That and then the plyos. And I didn't do the plyos today. I'm going to do them on the weekend, because if I'm going to leave my upper body alone, I'll do extra plyometric work. I can do sled drags. I can do reverse hypers. I can do jumps. And let my upper body rest. Because I got a bench, and since my whole interior shoulder feels great, everything feels good, I need to keep that all healthy. Just keep it all moving, keep it mobile. Some soft tissue work, and get ready to hit a bench PR on Monday. We're going to hit a bench PR this coming week of some type. We're going to hit a good morning PR. All right? Keep everything moving. But, we work around any inflammation. If something's getting inflamed, especially when these big PRs are involved, especially when this aggressive dynamic effort stuff's involved, we have to listen to our body. We have to say, okay, it's not worth getting hurt over. Let's not get injured. Pay attention to these things. These are warning signs. This is our body telling us, hey, you've got to back off on this area. And again, it's my whole trapezius and everything. And yeah, I mean, that deficit deadlift PR, 625 off a deficit this week. I mean, we're getting up there. It's not bad for an old dude, right? Not bad. As other people said, well, you're going to get that 650 this year. We're going to be looking towards 700. Well, next year. We'll worry about next year. We'll worry about 700 2021. Let's get that 650. We'll pass the 650 this year. I don't think that's a given. Not even worried about that. We'll worry about that later. But, again, we've got to keep everything healthy. You have to listen to our body. And when something's inflamed, we don't beat it into the ground. We stop and say, okay, let's assess, work around it, give it as much blood flow, massage work, whatever we need to do, and train around, do the other stuff. And I push the other stuff hard. You know, we hit a good morning. We got solid glute ham raises, solid reverse hypers. Build the posterior chain. Okay, if the upper back can't handle anymore, we can make it recover, and we can work this other stuff, because this has recovery left. And my quads, I can drag a sled the weekend. But the name of the game is listen to your body. This training is tough. It's tough. And, you know, you're not always going to be Superman. You're not always invincible when you train like this. I'm certainly not. I have my limits. You know, a lot of guys are always like, man, you seem to have good work capacity and recovery. It's like, yeah, but I mean, I hit my walls too. But we have to pay attention. Okay, I'm not Superman. I'm not bulletproof. I'd like to be, but that's not reality. But you know what? Happy with all the other stuff this session, all the posterior chain stuff. I'd say my posterior chain is looking pretty jacked, guys. I don't know. Definitely my back is. But we got to stay healthy. We have to stay healthy, and we have to stay injury free. Keep moving forward. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.